Chairman of the CTO, Council of Ministers and Commissioners of Tourism, the Honorable Richard Skerritt, who is also the host minister of this event. Other ministers and commissioners of tourism, Chair of the CTO Board of Directors, Mrs. Rosita Jeffers, other directors of tourism, Secretary General of the CTO, Mr. Hugh Riley, other distinguished guests, specially invited students, and I see we have a full audience of students, and that's good. We have a special welcome. Members of the media, parents, chaperones, ladies and gentlemen, and last but not least, Tourism Youth Congress participants. A very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Bonita Morgan, the Regional Director of Human Resource Development at the Caribbean Tourism Organization, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome everyone to the 10th Tourism Youth Congress in St. Kitts, where, as the slogan says, you are encouraged to follow your heart. 12 years ago, we had our first Tourism Youth Congress in Barbados. And since that time, as a tourism development activity, starting at the national level and culminating at the regional level, we have engaged the minds and hearts of approximately 150 young persons from across the region by providing them with opportunities to explore, express, and even influence thinking about current and important tourism issues that impact our region. We have here with us today 14 young Caribbean persons between the ages of 14 and 17 who fit that profile and who are prepared, pumped up, nervous a bit, and raring to share their views with us on a variety of topics. And so, without further ado, let me present them to you. Let's go. From Anguilla, Shamar Gaskin. From Antigua and Barbuda, Janelle Acador. From the Bahamas, Bianca Stubbs. From Barbados, Christopher Morgan. From the British Virgin Islands, Shay Alexander. From Dominica, Anya George. From Jamaica, O'Brien Lewis. From Nevis, Somish Gishard. From St. Kitts, Alaric Pennyfeather. From St. Lucia, Keith Isaac. From Dutch St. Martin, Kieran Giovanni. From St. Martin, French St. Martin, Jelani Fleming. From the Turks and Caicos Islands, Arian Lewis. And from the U.S. Virgin Islands, Cassandra Santiago. Our 14 junior ministers and commissioners of tourism have been asked to speak on one prepared topic for 3 minutes, and then to speak on an unprepared topic for 2 minutes. I am the timekeeper, and I have a little cowbell that you will hear, that I will ring when, in the first topic, they reach their 2-minute mark, and when their time is up, I'll ring that bell again. And the same with the unprepared topic. After the first minute, I will ring the bell, and then also at the end of the 2 minutes as well. Our winner from last year, who comes from the island of Dominica, Ms. Kitwani Carbon, is our chairperson for the session, and we welcome her back to be part of this year's proceedings. Our judges are, and the judging table is there in the middle, our judges are Mrs. Jacqueline Johnson, a CTO allied member, board director, and chair of the CTO Foundation. Ms. Carol Hay, CTO's Director of Marketing for the UK and Europe. And Mr. Afsal Abdul, a private consultant from the region. I will now turn the proceedings over to Quitani Carbon, our chairperson, for the 10th Tourism Youth Congress here in St. Kitts. Quitani, it's all over to you.
Thank you very much. A pleasant good afternoon to all, and good afternoon to my colleagues. It's my privilege to be your chairperson for today's proceedings, and without further ado, I would like to start this year's Tourism Youth Congress. You all had 2 topics to prepare, and we will commence with the first topic, sports tourism. There is little doubt that sports and athletics play a major role in tourism. Sporting activities are a major tourism generator in many parts of the world. As spectators, thousands of people attend major sporting events such as World Cup cricket, football, Super Bowls, or Olympic Games, and their attendance generates a great deal of revenue, not only for the teams, but also for the tourism industries that serve these sporting events. Both spectator and participatory sports can play a major role in a community's tourism industry and its quality of life. As Junior Minister or Commissioner of Tourism in your country, share 2 sporting initiatives that you believe would bring great benefit to your country or community if properly managed and promoted. They can be entirely new initiatives or initiatives that already exist but which can be improved upon. The first country that we will be presenting on this topic is Antigua and Barbuda. We seem to be having some technical difficulties, so while that is addressed, we will move on. Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Madam Moderator. Junior Ministers and Madam Commissioner of Tourism, I wish to share with you on the topic which focuses on sports tourism. As Junior Minister of Tourism, the 2 sporting initiatives that I believe would bring great benefit to both my community and country if properly managed and promoted are establishing a technical tennis school and a football summer camp program. With the technical tennis school, the youth of Antigua and Barbuda will be able to participate more in this sporting activity. I envision the students being taught the art of tennis by highly trained teachers and coaches, as well as learning the importance and value of this sport for our island state. The possible benefits through participating in this sport would also be highlighted, such as being an ambassador for one's country. This school would offer scholarships to students who excel to pursue a higher level of education, focusing on the sport and their chosen career field, priority area, tourism. My country would benefit greatly due to the fact that the goal is to make the school highly acclaimed, where overseas students would enroll to be trained by the best. This would give Antigua and Barbuda increased visibility and a reputation for excellence. Organizing an ongoing football summer camp program within the various communities will give the youth the opportunity to be more active during their summer vacations. Camp participants will have an opportunity to gain further knowledge of the sport, socialize, and make new friends. By partaking in this program, they will be able to acquire the basic football skills and techniques while building a sense of teamwork. By being a part of this program, however, my community will benefit because would use the skills that they have acquired to become experts and give Antigua and Barbuda hope of being World Cup football champions. In addition, this program would allow for personal development to include social and leadership skills and increase their chances of being involved in tourism on selection to represent Antigua and Barbuda at regional and international levels. Colleagues, my two main suggestions of sporting initiatives that would bring great benefit to my community and country, if properly managed and promoted, are establishing a technical tennis school and a football summer camp program. This would give the sports-driven youth of my island the opportunity to become professional tennis and football players, improve their social and leadership skills, and gain opportunities for career development. My country would be strengthened, become more competitive, and stand to gain world-class status. I thank you.
Thank you for sharing your views with us. And we move on to Barbados.
Madam Chair, first of all, I'd like to thank you for allowing me this opportunity to partake in this discussion. Now, I'm sure all of us present here shared in the joy when our Caribbean athletes exploded in the international scene at the London 2012 Olympics. Am I right? We were all happy. And then not too far from that, our West Indies cricket team soared and dominated the ICC Cricket T20 World Cup. But now, yes, we can clap about that. But now, we as junior ministers need to improve upon the basis that we already have. And two initiatives I suggest will need the governmental cooperation between the different agencies and the preservation of our unique culture as Caribbean people. Now, first of all, in July of 2012, the world-renowned Chelsea Football Club came to Barbados and conducted these training sessions in football under their social responsibility mandate. And now 60 footballers, along with their coaches, benefited from this remarkable training experience. They left those international footballers with multi-billion-dollar contracts flabbergasted, while they remarked on the natural and mind-blowing ability our young footballers possessed. Ladies and gentlemen, they also detailed their plan to make Barbados the central hub for the Caribbean. My fellow junior ministers, is that not something to be excited about? Now, what I propose is that we have the Ministries of Tourism, Foreign Affairs, and Sport collaborate to encourage more programs such as these in many different sports, where we can even invite, Antigua Summer Football Camp. We can invite people from Jamaica, Dominica, St. Martin to engage in these expert training sessions, thereby, not only teaching them a sport, not only developing professionals, but also redounding to the benefit of the community, because when they come, they might go to a fish fry, they might go to oysters or enjoy some chifette. That is a winning strategy, my fellow Caribbean counterparts. But there's more. During the 1930s, Barbados saw the birth of a unique yet indigenous sport called road tennis. Now, described as a cross between table tennis and lawn tennis, it is enjoyed by prime ministers, governors general, national heroes. Even pop star Rihanna played this sport. This is a part of our culture, and that is why I propose we preserve it. We in the Caribbean need to patent this sport and then organize a yearly tournament where we can invite persons like Serena Williams, who already visited for lawn tennis, to participate in this national competition. Participate and go up against our Caribbean people, thereby not only creating international recognition, international interest, and much needed foreign exchange. Now, I know St. Martin, they may use the euros, but a little foreign exchange would be good. And that is what I'm trying to achieve here. And that is a winning strategy. My fellow junior ministers, if we are to develop winning strategies within the Caribbean to plummet the Caribbean to the pinnacle of the next millennium, we need to think outside the box. And in closing, I say the words of the Deputy Director of the CTO, it's our industry, our destination, and our responsibility. I thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you for those intelligent words. Now we move on to Dominica.
Good afternoon to all. According to Dr. Lisa Del Pinarucci, Associate Professor of Tourism and Sport Management Department at the George Washington University, world tourism arrivals are projected to grow 4.3% per year and to reach 1.6 billion by 2020. In this same period, worldwide tourist expenditure is expected to grow at 6.7% per year and to reach US 2 trillion. One of the fastest growing areas contributing to these staggering statistics is sports tourism, end of quote. Consequently, Madam Chair, this new industry can help build a more sustainable and responsible tourism for Dominica. In order to accomplish this, I am proud to propose the Nature Island Games. All events that should take place would make use of existing resources of the island, including the mountainous terrain, deep coastal waters, and aerial expanse. The athletes will engage in everything from fitness events such as triathlons along our Waiti Kubuli National Trails and sailing, to the extreme adrenaline-pumping activities, including hand gliding and abseiling. Additionally, during the Games, competitors will be afforded the opportunity to experience all the luxuries Dominica has to offer. These consist of, but are not limited to, Oremidine sulfur baths and spa treatments, exceptional, local, and fully organic cuisine, and true island hospitality that runs as deep as our rivers. Therefore, they are not only given a chance to relax in paradise, but are undeniably enticed to return for more. Secondly, the tropical climate in Dominica offers the perfect condition for year-round training of sports professionals that is so desperately needed during the winter season. This training can be facilitated by the creation of an island-wide chain of physical, physiological therapy, and sport managing program as addition to the packages offered by our hotels on the island. Apart from economic and infrastructural development that will be stimulated, many locals and athletes could be afforded scholarships to study and build careers in the sports industry whilst being given greater incentive to return home after receiving a higher education to either help build Dominica or represent their island, thus combating the growing issue of the migration of the younger generation and brain drain. Through management by highly trained locals and promotion aided by travel agencies who stand to benefit from the proliferation that such initiatives will provoke, my colleagues, Dominica is sure to benefit from a sustainable and responsible tourism industry. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Without further ado, we move on to Jamaica.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From the grand showdown by our athletes in the London Olympics to the spectacular win by the West Indies 2020 cricket team, in true Caribbean spirit, we have delivered. My colleagues, our golden opportunity awaits us. How then do we move forward? As stated by Jamaica's Minister of Tourism, to develop in the long term, we need to sustain and diversify our market segments into new segments such as sports tourism. In keeping with the definition of sports tourism, I am eager to share with you my ideas on how we can lure our visitors to watch and participate in our sporting events and activities while enjoying the destination. As the Junior Minister of Tourism, I applaud the stance of Dr. McNeil, who has instituted the Sports Tourism Implementation Committee since the London Olympics to monitor growths in sports tourism and to turn them into practical initiatives and tangible outputs. One such measure is the construction of a sports museum. Imagine entering a black, green, and gold building, where at the entrance you are greeted with cool reggae music. To your right, you see athletes Usain Bolt and Shelley and Fraser Price. To your left, come eye to eye with cricketers Courtney Walsh or Chris Gale. Look forward, see our footballers, the Reggae Boys, our netballers, the Sunshine Girls. Or come back to St. Kitts. This museum will be interactive and informative and will give our tourism image a huge boost. Secondly, I am proposing that we put major emphasis on the development and marketing of sporting events. For example, our Jamaican Boys and Girls Championships for high school students attract many visitors to the capital, including a significant convoy of journalists eager to watch the emerging talent of our athletes. It is a fact that through this venture, Usain Bolt was discovered. Oh, come on, people. We must continue to expand and create more sporting events such as this one, and other participatory events such as fishing or domino tournaments for the days, while filling the nights with the dynamism of our rich Jamaican culture. Try running in one of our marathons, such as the Reggae Marathon held in the Grilled, and coming to a halt at the Damian Marley concert. The entrance of the venue is covered with Jamaican memorabilia made by local communities, whilst the air is filled with the flavorful scent of our Jamaican jerk. In closing, I strongly believe that this market of sports tourism is not one that we can afford to take lightly, given its phenomenal growth rate in other parts of the world. Now is the time to harness the potential of developing a sustainable and enviable sports tourism product for our Caribbean. Using our Jamaican expression, by the hook or by the crook, we have to run with it. I thank you.
It seems we have a lot of Caribbean sports fans at this table today. Go West Indies and Usain Bolt. Moving on, we proceed with Nevis.
Colleagues, good day. I have coined an acronym for sports that defines the dynamics of sports tourism. Special, propelling, outstanding, revenue-generating tourism sector. Sports tourism is the leading tourism sector, generating $4.5 trillion annually. As Junior Minister of Tourism, I will develop a winning strategy to promote sports tourism in Nevis. My game plan will focus on 1, developing the already existing Nevis Tri-Star Triathlon, and 2, instituting a new initiative, the Renaka Morton Cricket Festival. Nevis is well underway in establishing a major international sporting event, the Tri-Star Triathlon, held annually in the month of March. In 2008, Triathlete Magazine USA listed Nevis' triathlon on a list of top 5 must-do races in the world. The swim, cycle, and run in one event allows participants and spectators to enjoy the exotic beauty of Nevis. It attracts professionals, amateurs, and people from all walks of life. I must pause here to acknowledge Winston Crook, pioneer of this event. In my perspective, what this event now needs to increase participation is a marketing boost. I will establish a sports tourism division within the Tourism Authority that will focus solely on the marketing of sporting events, including the Tri-Star Triathlon. I will guarantee that funds are allocated to ensure global reach via the international sports media. We will also form alliances with specialist sports tour operators. There will be an aggressive domestic marketing drive to enlist full support of residents and the private sector. Colleagues, cricket is our most celebrated Caribbean sport. Did we not all dance when the West Indies won the ICC T20 World Cup in Sri Lanka on Sunday? Recently, the world mourned the loss of our beloved Renaka Morton, former West Indian cricketer. I will honor the son of the soil by instituting the Renaka Morton Cricket Festival in its birth month, July. As we say in Nevis, not a cricket will be left out in promoting this event. There will be a youth and masters tournament culminating with a Renaka Morton One-Day Cup. Cricket matches will be held at community playgrounds as well as in the new state-of-the-art cricket stadium that I will commission the cabinet to erect. Colleagues, I can envision the outcome. Outstanding, the increased arrivals, the revenues that will be generated across our communities, the media exposure. The opportunities are endless. Let's get ready to run with our ideas. Get set to unlock the potential to take sports tourism over the boundary. I thank you.
Wow, future politician from Nevis. Thank you so much for that. Now we proceed with St. Kitts.
Fellow junior ministers of tourism and commissioner of tourism, sports tourism, defined as travel to view or participate in a sporting event, is a fast-growing sector of the global travel industry, equating to about $600 billion a year. In fact, we recently witnessed the Olympic Games where thousands of sports tourists descended on London, bringing millions into the UK economy. Sports tourism is therefore a niche market which my government wishes to develop. Allow me, therefore, to share my plans for sports tourism in St. Kitts. My ministry proposes two initiatives. Firstly, to enhance the usage of our existing sports stadia, and secondly, to improve the thrill-seeking visitor experience. Colleagues, our hospitable tropical climate makes St. Kitts ideal for year-round sports and recreation. And we already have world-class facilities, our Silver Jubilee and Warner Park Cricket Stadium. So, gone are the days of a token competition once or twice a year. Instead, we shall schedule and vigorously market year-round events such as inter-school and regional championships involving athletic giants like Usain Bolt and our own Kim Collins. This pertains to cricket as well, where youth and female competitions will complement traditional tournaments. To ensure success, my ministry will work with the travel trade and the hotel sector to package airfare and accommodation at affordable rates. Fellow junior ministers, my second initiative is new. St. Kitts, with its rugged, mountainous terrain, appeals to the thrill seeker. Thus, my ministry shall market our island as a mecca for extreme sports enthusiasts. To this end, we will increase the number of extreme sporting opportunities such as sky safaris and ATV mountain biking. We will also heighten the risk level of other events so that the hike up Mount Lyamega, for instance, will end with an adrenaline-pumping base jump into the crater. This initiative will not only both attract athletes and spectators, but will also blend seamlessly into our eco-tourism endeavors. Colleagues, according to the Caribbean Tourism Organization, the sports tourism market is expected to grow annually at around 6%. The possibilities are therefore endless, and my ministry will leave no stone unturned as we maximize the benefits of these initiatives. I thank you.
Thank you, St. Kitts. The Junior Minister for Tourism for St. Lucia will now share his views with us.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be here today to discuss with you two sporting initiatives which will be very beneficial to my tropical paradise St. Lucia once efficiently managed and promoted. With a vibrant people, lush flora and lively fauna, I believe, and we St. Lucians believe, that our possibilities are truly limitless. My Prime Minister stated in our budget that $45 million are allocated for tourism development and marketing and $10 million for sports. Yes, this is a substantial amount, but for our sports tourism sector to reach its true potential, we need more capital. Thus, I propose what I would like to call the auto or out-to-out federal and foreign investment program. The first O represents outside investment, with the incorporation of foreign companies injecting capital into my sports tourism product. I know that we can achieve. With the Boss Issue Cricket Ground, host of 2 World Cup semifinals in 2007, our National Tennis Center, our National George Odlum Stadium, the facilitator of the 2009 Carifta Games, I know that my sports tourism infrastructure is world-class. And through foreign direct investment, our world-class infrastructure shall be improved, youth sports clubs can be created, sporting campaigns can be launched, and athletes are trained. Also, sustainable development shall be created through the forming of coaches, trainers, and physiotherapists. By these internal benefits of foreign direct investment, our second out shall be obtained. This second out is our external benefits, new way to market St. Lucia through sports, increased international profiles, and more world-renowned athletes such as Darren Sammy and Levin Spencer. My fellow ministers, according to Super Yacht Services Guide 2012, my island St. Lucia is currently the third best yachting destination in the Caribbean. As the final stop of the Atlantic Rally for cruisers and home to 2 world-class mariners, St. Lucia has earned respect in the yachting sector. As Junior Minister for Tourism, I believe that it is now time to capitalize on these successes and move on with vibrant ideology pertaining to our premier yachting league. By regulating yachting activities throughout my island, more money can be made and also more youth can get involved in the sport. Currently, 8,000 yachts and 40,000 yachtsmen visit my island every year. I know that this number shall increase. There shall be the stimulation of foreign currency and increased employment. As you can see, sports tourism can be truly beneficial to all our islands. I am proud to be St. Lucian, and I thank you.
Thank you, St. Lucia. And now we will wrap up the topic of sports tourism with our final presentation from French St. Martin.
I bring you greetings from my home, sweet St. Martin land. 37 square miles of precious soil divided in 2, northerly governed by the French and southerly governed by the Dutch. I am the Junior Minister of St. Martin, and as such, it is my duty to promote my land and its characteristics. Sports in general are activities requiring skill and physical prowess. Tourism, the industry of providing information, transportation, accommodations, and other services to tourists about your destination. In the Caribbean, we ought to be grateful to have multi-sports, whether water sports or land sports. They all play a big role in our societies. Lately, athletics have become a substantial tool of promotion, thanks to the outstanding performances of our young winning athletes who travel abroad to represent our country. With appropriate training grounds and infrastructures, St. Martin can produce great caliber champions and set in world records and Olympic Games. Back home, we have taken the joy of traditional boat racing and the opportunity of admiring our crystal clear seas embracing the island to now a very known popular event known as the Heineken Regatta, pulling together over 200 participating boats from as far away as Russia and Brazil for 4 days of world-class racing around the territory. Thanks to this event, this year St. Martin observed online visitors from 160 individual countries staying up to date with the races. As Junior Minister of Tourism, I strongly believe those 2 sporting initiatives bring great benefits to our island. At world level, they have gained the interest of major sponsors, have proven to move large portions of followers who go to the limits to attend. The organizing country also gains attention from the media, organizing national competitive events and installing more efficient and professional facilities would permit athletes to train in St. Martin thanks to our forever summer. And they'll benefit from 2 realities: upgrade their athletic skill while enjoying paradise on earth and taste the delicious, never having enough of our Creole and internationally acclaimed gastronomy. Our drive to excellence derived from the Olympics motto, Citius, Altius, Fortius, faster, higher, stronger, will determine our excellence with what we'll make of our tourism industry. Be the best and stay on top. Thank you for your attention.
And that brings us to a close of our first topic, sports tourism. Now we move on to the second topic, using social blogs, wikis, podcasts, photographs or pictures, videos, etc. People often post stories about their travel experiences, both good and bad, and as these websites become more prevalent, they also impact not only a local's reputation, but also the way it is marketed. As Junior Minister or Commissioner of Tourism, you are being invited to share your ideas with your fellow ministers and commissioners regarding how social media can be used to better promote the entire Caribbean region as a premier tourism destination. The first island to present on this topic will be Anguilla.
Good afternoon to my fellow junior ministers and Commissioner of Tourism. I propose to you that tourism is the largest service industry in the world. Social media is one of the largest marketing platforms available. Therefore, the two should work more effectively together. Facebook, known as one of the most utilized social media websites, has recorded up to 1 billion monthly active users in September 2012. Twitter has recorded up to 170 million monthly active users. But how can this information be utilized? Well, allow me to illustrate using just 3 networks. AnguillaBeaches.com, one of my island's leading websites, held a photo competition on their Facebook page. Users were asked to post photos of their ideal Anguilla vacation. They then had to ask their friends to like these photos, and the person whose photo had the most likes would win an all-expense-paid trip to Anguilla. Not only were persons liking photos of Anguilla, but they were also finding out more about Anguilla. And the first stage of the reach effect of this campaign met over 5,000 Facebook users. There's also Twitter, where brief messages containing a destination's name or photo can be posted within seconds of an experience. This can then be retweeted to millions of other Twitter users who are then exposed or introduced to the destination. YouTube is also another medium that is widely used. A video containing highlights of a destination can go viral in a matter of hours. Now, I'm very sure we can all attest to this YouTube effect. Has anyone here heard of PSY Gangnam Style? I rest my case. While we cannot dispute the fact that almost everyone is engaged in some form of social media, what we really need is an integrated approach to social media marketing. What I suggest is a CTO marketing application. With the introduction of a live feed app, persons can post photos, comments, or status updates containing keywords such as destination names, events, or places of interest on their preferred social media website. The live feed application will then capture these posts and redistribute them to the users as continuous live updates. This will help to further enhance the direct marketing of the region, generate leads, and even significantly reduce marketing costs, as social media marketing can be virtually free. If I had more time, I will continue to go on about how social media can be used. But as ministers and commissioner of your respective territories, I urge you to support this initiative, as social media has great potential in positively promoting the Caribbean region as a premier tourist destination. I thank you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We now move on to the islands of Bahamas.
What a blessing it is to live in the 21st century. Fellow commissioners and junior ministers, I don't know about you, but it seems like I spend most of my life on Facebook, checking my status, and seeing what my friends are doing. The existence and growing influence of social networking allows us to exchange the traditional business model of tourism for a grassroots approach to the promotion of tourism. As a tourism voice for the youth, I will tell my friends that half the time we spend posting photos of ourselves could be spent posting photos of our beautiful crystal clear seas right here in the Caribbean. Millions of people use social networking. Therefore, we must utilize the personal, even intimate nature that it brings. We must reach out to those over 900 million travelers. Furthermore, fellow commissioners and junior ministers, don't underestimate the nationalism of our people. We in the Bahamas recently found this out when a writer on a popular travel blog painted the Bahamas in an unidealistic fashion. Numerous Bahamians came to the country's defense. Clearly, using the citizens to promote our destinations through social media is a cost-effective possibility we can explore. If we haven't already done so, we can also use QR or quick response codes to open another world of possibilities for our travelers. QR codes are just like barcodes that are used with other emerging technologies like smartphones. Consider this. A QR code appears in a magazine. You scan that QR code, and instantly you see a picture of tourists swimming with pigs in Inagua, or playing with flamingos in Great Inagua. QR codes can provide links to social media, which can be used as a promotional tool. This tool allows small properties on our remote islands to effectively market their product. Social media will allow small businesses to blossom in an otherwise heavily competitive market. If we haven't already done so, we can form one-on-one relationships with guests before and after they arrive. Many of us don't realize that with every box we check and choice we make online, we are telling advertisers what to sell us. They don't have to get inside our heads to know what we are thinking, because we freely give that information without even knowing it. When you click like on Facebook, built-in software tracks the things that you like to determine the ads that are shown to you. The software uses every piece of information you give, including your location, relationship status, or sexuality. What a great way to promote the entire Caribbean region as a premier tourism destination. The 21st century has come and brought with it thousands of methods and mechanisms to use social media to connect us to the world. Are you connected, Madam Chairperson?
Thank you very much. And yes, I am connected. Now we will proceed with BVI, British Virgin Islands.
Are you aware that Facebook currently has more than 1 billion active users? That puts 1 in every 7 persons in the Facebook user category. Good day, esteemed colleagues. With the progression of technology, specifically the internet, we have seen a great increase in the number of persons who utilize social media, such as Facebook and Twitter. With so many people on these and other social networks, many businesses have begun what is called social media marketing. Also, many countries have started marketing themselves as travel destinations via social media. In the Caribbean, we cannot be left behind in this rapidly growing means of attraction, as many of our countries rely heavily on tourism as an economic pillar. To ensure that we keep up in the global tourism market, I propose the following ideas. Bringing in influential bloggers, using optimized advertisements, and creating a social visitors club. Firstly, people are greatly influenced through blogs. They choose pet foods and even doctors based on such. The Caribbean should target prominent travel bloggers who specialize in areas like food, sports, and nature, offering them all expenses-paid experiences of our country. When they arrive, they would blog on what they have done and what they have seen and where they would like to go. This would influence their followers so they might feel pressured to come. In a world where every country is vigorously vying for the audience's attention, we have to advertise more strategically. Considering this, I propose my second strategy, investing money into introducing more singular advertisements. These ads would be specific and dynamic. Social media platforms like Facebook are the best medium for this, as they can target your required audience based on the vast amount of data stored on users. For instance, if the Caribbean were to host a youth sailing competition, they would target Facebook users between 15 and 25 who live in the Caribbean and list sailing as an activity, thus reaching their ideal demographic. Finally, I propose creating a social visitors club that would be run across existing social media networks. It would be a group where visitors can move up in rank based on their number of return trips and are rewarded with different offers. In addition, they would be able to communicate through reviews, photographs, and videos the places they have been to and the places they may want to check out. Social media is so effective because it is social. It serves as the digital version of word of mouth. Therefore, I suggest we implement these innovative ideas in our social media marketing if we are to continue in the global tourism market. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism is our business, so let us reach our share of that 1 billion. Thank you.
Seems like we all want to use Facebook today. We go back to St. Martin, this time the Dutch side. As a junior commissioner, Minister of Tourism will present her views on social media.
Madam Chair, fellow junior ministers and commissioner, as Junior Minister of Tourism for the beautiful Dutch St. Martin, I would like to present two interconnecting strategies as to how social media can be used to better promote the entire Caribbean region as a premier tourist destination. 30% of all tourists look at online information before they book those deals. According to onecaribbean.org, in the year 2011, 27,166,859 tourists visited the entire Caribbean region. Key question, how do we increase these numbers significantly? Well, what we in St. Martin want to do is we want to create a social media department that goes into our already existing tourism sector. Facebook, for example, is extremely important because it advertises videos and announcements for those tourists who wish to participate in our local events. Not only that, but all of our island's Facebook pages have to be extremely current and updated, highlighting on all the deals that we offer: hotels, car rentals, restaurants, stores, and even offering prize incentives such as Facebook rewards. Twitter. Almost every island has a Twitter. St. Martin has one too. But for those islands that do not as yet, I strongly urge you to get a Twitter because it's actually extremely useful. HubSpot is a bit of a more new social media technique in which basically it takes all of the techniques of social media and combines it into one. Blogging, tweeting, emailing, even getting marketing information. It's all in one spot, making HubSpot a cheap social networking site. And last but not least is your basic emailing, on which your tourists send you constructive criticism. Yes, I said it. We need to pay attention to our constructive criticism, because only when we know what our tourists are thinking can we actually learn from our mistakes. The second interconnecting strategy that I wish to propose is basically having one universal Caribbean website with all of the countries listed on it. Now I know what you're thinking, but wait, hold on. What she's saying, these sites already exist. Yes, I know they exist, but the point is that none of these sites relate back to our individual Twitter pages, Facebook pages, HubSpot, or emailing address. What's the point? Now, junior ministers and commissioner, it's important that we take these steps to succeed. We in St. Martin are willing to take the initiative, and every Caribbean country should follow up. Junior ministers and commissioner, it's time that we wake up, wake our people up, and let's put this plan into action. Remember, innovation is key. Thank you.
Thank you, Junior Minister for St. Martin. And now we go to the Junior Minister for the Turks and Caicos.
Good afternoon, fellow ministers and Commissioner of Tourism. The Caribbean is known worldwide for its natural beauty and friendly people, My country, beautiful by nature, Turks and Caicos Islands, is known for the most spectacular beaches in the Caribbean and by extension, the world. The advancement of technology through social media, such as Facebook and TripAdvisor, has transformed the world into a global village. Information and places that were once far-fetched and remote are now closer than ever. Let me give you a few ideas on how we can use social media to better promote the entire Caribbean. 1. Develop a Caribbean destination blog. By means of the blog, the Caribbean will be promoted as a single destination. A famous calypsonian from Trinidad and Tobago penned these words many years ago before the invention of social media to show that although we are many, we are one nation under the sun. And I quote, "Come discover one of us. Come discover both of us. So why not come and discover all of us?" End quote. The tourists will get more for the money spent. All of us will benefit as each of us will share the revenue. 2, Facebook. Create a Facebook page for the Caribbean. Here, the Caribbean will be advertised as one and not as individual countries. Post photos of places of interest, such as Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica, Harrison Cave in Barbados, Sulphur Springs in St. Lucia, Brimstone Hill Fortress in St. Kitts, and of course, the famous Grace Bay Beach in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Hotels, restaurants, and means of travel to these destinations should be added to the Caribbean Facebook page. Airlines could offer island hopping packages and also include hotel stay. Persons from the different regions will be able to log on this page and see many exciting and interesting destinations in the Caribbean. I am sure once they have visited this page, they will be tempted and visit us again. Here again, the revenue gained from these visits would be enormous and a great benefit to the development of the region. I am sure you have heard about the new sensation, Twitter. We should create a Twitter account where tourists will be able to tweet as many facts or experiences as they like and tell their friends, family, and the world about their marvelous stay in any Caribbean country. Government, as well as residents of the region, can be excellent ambassadors in this regard. And of course, Twitter is absolutely free. The good old saying, united we stand, divided we fall, is the perfect slogan that we, the Caribbean, should live by, as we are one. It doesn't matter what language you speak, whether it be French, Spanish, English, or Creole. We should unite as one, and social media is the perfect alternative to traditional television, print, and radio advertising. Ladies and gentlemen, from Anguilla right down to the U.S. Virgin Islands, we are one. One sea, one voice, one Caribbean.
Thank you, Turks and Caicos. And last but by no means least, our junior commissioner for the U.S. Virgin Islands will present her views.
Good afternoon to all. The rapid rise of technological usage has generously given popularity to the usage of software applications. Therefore, it would be very sensible to formulate the creation of a brand new application entitled My Caribbean. Once a user downloads and virtually enters this application, a list of all the participating Caribbean islands will appear. Once a user selects an island, they will then be transferred to its home page, which will be completely sponsored, monitored, managed, and constantly updated by that island's department or Ministry of Tourism. On this homepage, a list of tourism-related subsections, such as places to dine and stay, places to shop, a brief historical background, upcoming events, and other subsections of this related nature would appear. As an added bonus, a special subsection will exist where users can go in and post their comments about their experiences or surroundings on the particular island of their choice, much like Twitter does, except that every opinion will be computerized to begin with the phrase My Caribbean, followed by a user description, such as My Caribbean Business or My Caribbean Vacation. This will give other users an easy way to identify whether an opinion is coming from a local, a tourist, or a business. In addition, users will also be able to post pictures, videos, as well as island recipes. The benefit of having such an app is that all or most Caribbean islands will be placed into one application with all their tourism-related information as well as feedback, which is what tourists want. They want to have everything in one place so that they don't have to be scattered all over looking for information. A second benefit would be that once someone from that department or Ministry of Tourism is designated to constantly be monitoring what is being posted, any negative complaint is subjected to being addressed and resolved. A second way to promote the Caribbean through social media is through hosting an annual online competition to demonstrate island pride between the Caribbean islands, hosted by Facebook, Twitter, or both. This competition would be given the name Rep Your Island, where locals and visitors of a particular island can go in and boast positively about the island of their choice on their personal Facebook or Twitter page. This will require each island to have a Facebook page so that when users put up their statuses, they can tag the island, and that would be counted as one vote. On Twitter, users would boast positively and then hashtag their island's name at the end of it. A board of representatives would have to be gathered in order to formulate rules and participation requirements. Each island would be individually responsible for promoting the competition among their locals, and once the competition is over, an award ceremony would be hosted on one of the islands, and the winner will be picked based upon which island showed the most island pride to the amount of posts, to the amount of tweets and statuses. Thank you.
Thank you, Junior Minister of Tourism for the U.S. Virgin Islands. And now we move on to what I think has been the most anticipated part of this event today, the mystery topic. You all will have 1 minute to think about this topic and then 2 minutes to present. I will read the question twice. If you could invite a special guest from anywhere in the world to experience and then help to promote your country, who would you invite and why? If you could invite a special guest from anywhere in the world to experience and then help to promote your country, who would you invite and why? Your minute begins now. Okay, thank you. Now we move on to whoever feels they would like to speak first. The Junior Minister of Tourism for Anguilla has decided to go first.
As crazy as it seems, I would choose Lady Gaga. And the reason that is because keeping on the topic of social media, she has a very large Twitter fan base. If she were to experience Anguilla and have a positive opinion about it, she would definitely share it online to this large fan base who would be introduced to my country. I thank you.
Thank you for that. Sir Martin?
Madam Chair, Junior Minister, and Commissioner, the person that I would choose to come visit and represent my island would be Daniel Radcliffe, who's known to play Harry Potter. Now, I know it's kind of weird, but the main reason I would do this is because not only do I love Harry Potter, but also the point is that this is an actor. He knows how to market and advertise, which means that my island would get a lot of publicity. He's famous in the UK, Canada, USA, Caribbean, everywhere, worldwide. So everyone would tune in to watch his interview, and therefore they would know my island's name. Not only that, but he has a huge Facebook following and Twitter following, making him the perfect candidate. Overall, he knows how to market something, and I want my island to be marketed to the best possibility. Thank you.
I will go in the order that I saw the tags raised. So, British Virgin Islands.
While I agree with the uniqueness of my fellow minister's opinion, I must suggest the one person who came to my mind, Miss Oprah Winfrey. She has a great number of followers, and many of them are not only following her, but they are devout. She has sway over many opinions and has much money if she decides to back the country.
We move on to St. Lucia.
If I had to choose someone to bring in and market St. Lucia and its experiences, I would choose Justin Bieber. Yes, he is a teenager, but his father lives in my tropical, simply beautiful island in Cape State. He has visited St. Lucia several times. He has over 25 million followers on Twitter, and he booked Madison Square Garden in only 22 minutes. Only Michael Jackson has ever surpassed this feat. So with 25 million followers, plus others who do not have a Twitter account, why can he not market St. Lucia? If he can fill out Madison Square Garden, why cannot he not fill out our various music festivals, such as jazz? Yes, he is a teenager, but a teenager who is marketed and can be marketed by my island and bring in visitors and revenue. I thank you.
The Junior Minister for French St. Martin.
Good afternoon once again. If there's anyone I would invite to visit St. Martin, is Barack Obama, the first president of the United States. I mean, come on. He runs a country that has the majority of the population in the world. He would experience the best of both worlds, French St. Martin and Dutch St. Martin. After all, we are regionally the best for food, wine, and great living. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to meet Barack Obama in French St. Martin one day. Now we go on to Dominica.
Because my island is known for the nature isle of the Caribbean, by extension the world, I would like to say that I will bring in Mr. Priest Kailash. This man is an exceptional man, and he focuses mainly in medicines and herbs. So really, I am bringing in medical tourism to my country, where we'd have a week-long herbal expo. This man, he could bring knowledge to the people, because nowadays when we are taking pills, we are aware of the side effects. So Dominica is full of the natural herbs, such as the tabaxawi and etc. So he could come in and give these people this better treatment, because the herbs is really better than the artificial stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Antigua and Barbuda, you are up.
Thanks, Madam Moderator. Given the opportunity to invite someone that would effectively market my island state, I would invite Rihanna. Because of her influence, she is a member of the Caribbean. She is a well-known celebrity that is born in Barbados. Her influence, her voice, her music, it will all be, she could even create a slogan for my island that would effectively market it. And there's no doubt that we would indeed have visitors and repeat visitors because of this. I thank you.
Now we go on to the Bahamas.
Fellow commissioners and junior ministers, if I could invite any special guest to promote my island, it would be me. I know you may ask why, but not only do I know my islands best, but I live there. So, honestly, I know the attractions and all the beauty that it portrays. So, yes, it would be me who would promote my island. I will go on Facebook, I will go on Twitter, I will post pictures of my beautiful island, the Bahamas.
We will go on to another island that begins with B, and that is no other island but Barbados.
Madam Chair, I must thank you for allowing me to speak once again. Now, I have to admit, I was really torn between who would I invite. It was either a group of people, the stars of Days of Our Lives, or like British Virgin Islands said, Oprah Winfrey. But I'm gonna pick Oprah Winfrey. Why? When Oprah Winfrey came to Barbados, she came to interview Rihanna. Can you believe that Rihanna's home, or where she lived once upon a time, on Westbury Road, next to a cemetery, is now being considered a tourist attraction? A road next to a cemetery, a tourist attraction, all because of Oprah. Now, the thing, I would do things a little bit differently. She drove around Westbury Road next to the cemetery. She spoke with Rihanna, and imagine I tried to add Oprah on Facebook yesterday. Couldn't. She had too many friends. Twitter, millions of followers. Who else would you pick? But then what I would do, because she needs to promote Barbados, instead of just having her show up and leave, give her a true Barbadian experience. Take her to Oystons, get some fish, some fried fish, take her on a boat, learn how to fish, take her to aerial track, watch her zip line and scream because you know it's Oprah. You know, that's the thing I would do, and who better than Oprah after having been given a real, authentic Bajan experience? I mean, tourism is our business, and believe you me, Oprah would definitely help us play a part. I thank you.
Thank you, Barbados. And now we go on to Jamaica.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I had the privilege to invite anybody to Jamaica, it must be Usain Bolt. This man has become a legend in athletics, and to promote my country, it would be him to promote it. He, being a Jamaican himself, he would set the market tone for Jamaica, and I believe Usain Bolt will set the trend whether you like it or not. Also, Usain Bolt is not so often in the island, and I tell you, people come to Jamaica just to see Usain Bolt on a billboard. And imagine if they could see him in real life. Oh, come on. This is marketability, and I would invite Usain Bolt.
Thank you. Now we go on to Nevis.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. By hearing this slogan, you must know who I am speaking about. The one and only Barack Obama. I would choose Barack Obama to represent my country because of his African background. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine me and Barack kicking back on Penny's Beach, drinking a cup of wine. Who else would you choose to represent Nevis? With his substantial media followers, his exposure all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, yes we can, yes we can.
Turks and Caicos.
Good afternoon once again, fellow ministers and commissioners of tourism. If I had to invite any person, I was thinking of Nicki Minaj or Usain Bolt, but I balance out with Jamaica, Usain Bolt, because as Jamaica said, persons will love to see Usain Bolt. So when they hear Usain Bolt is coming to the Turks and Caicos Islands, they are going to follow him. So I will use Usain Bolt to market my community, market my country, because also the children in my country looks up to Usain Bolt. So once he tell them and talk about our country and promote it, he will. Sorry, thank you.
Thank you. Who was first? All right, so moving on to St. Kitts.
Thank you, Madam Moderator. If I had the privilege to invite any special guest to our country of St. Kitts to experience and promote it, I would choose, as I agree with my colleagues from Nevis and French St. Martin, President Barack Obama. Added to the fact that he can also enjoy daily excursions to our sister island Nevis and French St. Martin, which is only about 20 minutes flight away. He can also provide tips on how we can better the experience in our country, as he has been and will be at many other destinations and experiences lots of tourist opportunities. He also has as much publicity as Justin Bieber, Usain Bolt, and Lady Gaga or Rihanna. I thank you.
Last, but again, by no means least, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
When I was thinking of who my special guest would be, I decided to go down the path of my fellow colleagues with the celebrity. I decided to choose Nicki Minaj. simply because, like it was said before, she has a large fan base on both Facebook and Twitter. If we make her experience exciting and memorable with our 3 islands, if we make her experience exciting and memorable with our 3 islands, she would definitely take it back with her. She's known for making some of her song lyrics about her experiences. Imagine one of her songs come on and she's talking about St. Croix or St. Thomas or St. John. What a better way to market us. So that's who I would choose. Bring on Nicki Minaj to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Thank you all for sharing your views. However, I do have to say I am surprised that no one mentioned Robert Pattinson, the star of Twilight. No one would bring him to their island. 4 movies, a wide fan base, and no one would bring him. That is surprising. But thank you all for suggesting your ideas. And with that, we come to the end of our Youth Congress.
It's a very hard decision to make because they truly are excellent, and young people like you make people like me have to work even harder to keep my job. So, I mean, it was an excellent performance, and I don't want to sound too mummyish when I say everyone is a winner, but just being able to get up there and to speak is excellent. So before we even announce the winners, please, can we hear it for them one more? What we do is we sit there, we don't collaborate, and we score. Are Turks and Caicos. And jointly with Dutch St. Martin. In second place was Barbados. This year's winner, Jamaica.
Really a splendid performance here. Some people would want to know, what was it like this afternoon for you there?
Well, it was a great experience. I can't tell you nothing more than great. It's just great. It's just an exceptional experience. It's my first time in St. Kitts, and leaving St. Kitts with that big smile on your face, it's just great.
And leading up to this, what was it like preparing for the debate?
Well, it was a very tiresome experience. Sometimes Ms. Housen called me and said, Brian, you have to come now. You're in the middle of something. But it's just a matter of dedicating your time, your effort, your patience, everything. It just requires all of these.
What has been your involvement in tourism been? Because you didn't come over as somebody who just delivered a script, but you spoke passionately, and I could have felt the music playing when you spoke about it. I could have seen the athletes running. And so what was the preparation like?
Well, the preparation scheme, it was much more intense. You come with a presentation that speaks from the heart, and that's what we do in Jamaica. We speak from the heart. Yes.
Tourism, is it an industry that you think you will get more deeply involved in?
As for now, I think it is my directive industry. I love tourism. It's a thing where you can get hands-on, you can feel the people around you, you can talk to people around you. So I think it's tourism, I think.
How important is tourism to your country?
Tourism accounts for almost all of our foreign exchange. Therefore, it is much important, and foreign exchange is good for business. And therefore, it is a marketable experience to have tourism as part of our country.
So for young people who probably would like to talk about Rihanna and would like to talk about music, now you've got to sell tourism to them. What would you say to them?
Well, I tell them, listen, everyone has a role to play in tourism. Nobody is independent of tourism. We are all dependent on the environment of tourism. Therefore, it requires us to be as involved, as interactive as possible. Rihanna, they are in a position already. Their country, they are forfeited financially, but your country needs forfeiting. So you need to set the pace for your country.